It's time for True Love Knots with Maria Romano. Want to avoid common wedding etiquette mistakes? While some etiquette rules have gone out the window, there are still some you must follow at every wedding. Listen to Maria as she shares some important wedding etiquette that we should apply.
Hi, everybody. Maria Romano here, founder of True Love Knots. Well, a couple of things. Today is Wedding Wednesday, and I want to talk to you a little bit about being a guest. Also, making sure when you show up at a wedding ceremony, maybe you're part of the bridal party, maybe you're a guest, how to show up. And I've been performing wedding ceremonies for over 11 years here in Las Vegas. And one thing is you know what? You want your guest to show up and you want your guest to really enjoy the ceremony. So I'm going to give you some great information. So listen to the very end. And also, I want to just share with you, I'm just getting in the process of releasing my new course on how to officiate wedding ceremonies. Just in case you're looking to start your own wedding officiant business, I have a passion and a purpose, and I want to share my knowledge with you. So you are getting married, and you have a bridal party and you have guests coming. Now, whether this is here or anywhere else in the world, I think it's important to have these type of social skills in place and just to be socially aware and present. First of all, when you're invited to a wedding ceremony, please try to show up on time and not late. There's nothing more disruptive than walking in and videos going on, and then you have a door opening up. It's a little distractive. So really make sure you arrive on time. And that goes for the bridal party too. I've seen bridal parties where some of them get lost, especially in Las Vegas. But the next thing is I'm going to talk about something that's a little sensitive sometimes. Right beforehand, some people might enjoy a little bit of alcohol, right? And that's great. You might have some shots or champagne, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it as a guest, and don't overdo it as part of the bridal party. You know, there's nothing worse than having to come in dealing with somebody that's a little belligerent or they're falling over, and you can tell they've had just a little too much. So try to refrain and just keep that, enjoy the alcohol during the reception. But actually coming to the actual wedding ceremony, you want to be clear, you want to be present, you want to enjoy it. And the same thing applies if you're going to, maybe you come to a state where you want to try cannabis, right? You go to one of the cannabis dispensaries. That's wonderful. So let's say you're going to smoke some marijuana before the actual event. Keep in mind that, you know what? Marijuana has a very distinct smell. And I've had many wedding ceremonies where I have people walk in and you can tell that they've just smoked. And they smoked not just regular cigarettes, but marijuana, and you reek, and it lingers. That smell lingers on your hair and lingers on your clothing. And you don't want to be remembered walking into a ceremony because of those issues. So remember, you want to show up. You've been invited to a couple's special day, and it's so important, and it's an honor to be part of their day. So make sure you show up, you're present, and there's nothing wrong with celebrating. There's nothing wrong with having alcohol, or if you're in a state where they do allow you to have cannabis, that's fine. But make sure you're aware beforehand that you show up, that you're not a little too inebriated, a little too over the top, and you're not, of course, infringing on other people's noses and smells. So be aware of that. And if you are a couple that's getting ready, the same thing applies, because as wedding officiants, we have an obligation. We have an obligation to the state to make sure that when we marry a couple, that they're not under any influence of anything. So again, I want your special day to be special, to be memorable, that you can go back and think that everything went off without a hitch. And that's what we're here for. I'm just giving you some great information. So remember, if you're looking maybe to start a wedding officiant business, remember to private message me. I do have a course that I'm going to be definitely enrolling next month, and it's going to be limited. So this is something that might be for you. And if you're getting married on your special day, congratulations. But share what your guest. Make sure your guests show up on time, and make sure they just don't overdo it beforehand. In the meantime, Continue to stay happy, stay safe, spread love, because you know what? We want you to come back here. And we love when our couples say, I do. Have a great day.